Hey everybody, welcome to Yeah Buddy. Today we're going to talk about why you never mug or try to steal from an angry mama in New York City. Let's go do it. So today I've got to walk through the park, to get to my car. Looks like they're doing some sort of maintenance in the park. That's what the loud background noise is. Anyway, I'll meet up with you once I get to my car.
Take a moment to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos about how to park in New York City, parking stories in New York City, my cute dog Haven, and how-to videos. Yeah, buddy.
All right, so I'm in my car. All I'm gonna do today is move it from one side of the street to the other, wait for the street sweeper to come by, and then move it back. I'm going over to Jersey tomorrow, so I don't have any interest in moving it to get a better spot closer to my apartment, because we're just gonna leave tomorrow and have to find parking again anyway. So that's what we're gonna do. Let me move it to the other side of the street. Let's buckle in. It looks like other people are doing the same. Let's back up. So one thing that you're gonna wanna do when you move your car to the other side of the street is you're not gonna wanna do that at the end of the block. So we are just gonna scoot it over, and then I'm gonna back up, because once that street sweeper comes by, if you're at the end of the block, forget about it. You're gonna be stuck like Chuck with no parking space. So let's just back around up. We wanna maximize our opportunity, minimize that risk. Ooh, snap, we're getting real close. All right, backing up. All right, sweet cheese. Today we're gonna talk about why you never mug or try to steal something from an angry mama or tired mama in New York City, or for that matter, anywhere else, or just why you shouldn't mug anybody. Anyway, so this is back probably about a year or two after my wife and I moved to New York City with our kids. When we moved here, our son was about 6 months old, and my daughter was about 2.5. As others can probably relate, those are very tiring times for any parents. We moved to New York City because my wife got into grad school at Manhattan School of Music for opera performance. Thus, she was going to grad school at this time when we moved to New York City. Needless to say, my wife and I were super exhausted the first 2 years that we moved here, going to school, working, playing with the kids, taking care of the kids, putting the kids to bed, changing diapers. We put the kids to bed. It was time to do some homework. My wife was coming home from grad school down on 122nd Street, and we're up in the 170s. In order to get back up, she had to take the 1 train over to the A train and transfer at 168th Street. If any of you know about the 168th Street transfer, you'll note that it's very, very, very congested with people. And I say that because you have to first get off the 1 train, go up an elevator that's usually jam-packed with people, and then you go down a very long, skinny hallway that's got a turn in it, and then it goes straight again. And you know, this is pre-COVID, so during rush hour, it could be shoulder-to-shoulder people in this transfer, this skinny transfer. So my wife was coming home. It was probably 6 p.m. or so, and we had just purchased the iPhone Plus. I think it was the first year they came out with the larger size of the iPhone. She was listening to Hansel and Gretel, had her headphones. This is before AirPods also, so it's not. She had this giant cord coming out of her purse up into her ears, and she's walking down this hallway, this long hallway, and she gets to the turn, and then the straight part after the turn, and she notices that the music had cut out. So she immediately reaches down, wondering why the music had cut out, and she pulls her cord up, and there's no phone attached to the end of that cord. So she immediately reacts, turns around, goes down the hallway, and she sees a young teenager who, noting that most people transferring at that time are 30, 40, 50 years old, didn't belong in this hallway and just kind of stood out based on age alone. And she sees in his hand is the iPhone. Her explanation is she mama beared up on this kid, and she just said, "Hey!" And the boy turns around and looks at her, and everybody freezes in this hallway of, you know, jam-packed people, and she just stares at him with this god-awful look, and I'm sure this boy's probably seen the same look from his mama before, and he just hands the iPhone back to her. She grabs the iPhone, comes home, recounts the story, and she's just all amped up about the story because, you know, anytime you have something like that happen to you, you know, it really raises your adrenaline. Clearly, it raised it enough to scare the bejesus out of this boy, where he probably thought she was going to stab him or something. Note to anybody out there that wants to take an iPhone or somebody else's personal property: 1, don't do it. 2, definitely don't do it. But 3, definitely don't do it to a mama, because she's gonna beat your or scare the out of you. Yeah, buddy.
All right, looks like the street sweeper's coming up the block. So we're ready to rock and roll. You'll see him pass by in just a moment. Looks like on our street, everybody actually, well, most everybody got out of the way. However, on the block behind us, I could see him dodging and asking people to move as he went around. So anyhow, let's get ready to move, because in a moment you're gonna have all these cars in front of me shuffling into place. Alright, so that's it for today. I had some nice motorcyclists behind me. They kind of ground guided me so I didn't knock over their awesome Triumph. Take a moment to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos about how to park in New York City, parking stories in New York City, my cute dog Haven, and how-to videos. Yeah, buddy.